So, learn how to say no without feeling guilty. Discussion questions here. It's all too easy to get stuck in a people-pleasing cycle that guilts you into saying yes. So, some of the discussion questions. Have you ever said yes to something to please someone else that you wanted to say no to? And how did this situation make you feel? I mean, I've done this quite often. Usually while I'm doing it, I'm just like, okay, it just feels more like a drag, I guess. Even if I enjoy the thing itself, the fact that I didn't really want to do it just kind of makes me feel like it's like, okay, I have to get this done. This difficulty in being able to say no does make sense, though humans are wired to fear confrontation and nobody loves disappointing somebody. But when you say no to someone else, you're saying yes to yourself. It's a sign of self-respect and a barrier against being overwhelmed to the point of burnout. That little word can set up as a much needed boundary. So it's good to learn how to sit with your no in comfort. On the fence about saying no, try these 3 self-check exercises to gauge how you really feel. So 1, check in with yourself. Listen to your gut feelings about your ideal situation. When you first heard the request, was your first inner reaction along the lines of, oh my god, I really don't want to do this? If the thought of doing something gives you a terrible sinking feeling, rethink your decision. 2, remove emotion from the situation and ask yourself, what do I really know to be true here? Let's consider the scenario of being asked to do a favor at work. If your coworker is taking a long weekend trip and asks if you can help her out with her to-do list, here's what we know. You are a responsible, capable employee who tries to be a team player. Here's what we also know. You don't think you should be punished with more work for being a responsible, capable employee who tries to be a team player. Dr. Brenner advises that you ask yourself if you're really indispensable in this situation. Are you the only one who can do this task? Will disaster strike if you say no? More likely, the person who asked you may be temporarily at a loss as to what to do, but will find some other way to meet whatever needs to be fulfilled. And then 3, if you're still torn, imagine a scenario in which you're delivering your decision. It's 9 p.m. on a Friday and you're in a group text hell. You're a bridesmaid as in your sister's wedding, and the other bridesmaids are pushing really hard to plan your bachelorette party in Nashville now that you're all vaccinated. You'd rather eat glass than attend, but you love your sister and know that the RSVP would mean the world to her. It's time to give yourself a minute. Sit down, close your eyes, and imagine that you are in a room with all the people who are counting on you to do the thing. Then in your mind, sigh. Picture that you respectfully ask them to leave the room for a few minutes until you can call them back in a minute. Picture them leaving and close the door after them. When they're all gone and you're all alone in your imaginary room, feel what you need to do. Then again, in your mind's eye, invite them back in the room one by one and imagine telling them your decision. Why is this exercise important? Because it'll allow you to really reach a decision as to whether or not your heart of hearts you want to say no. And here's the kicker. You may decide that even if you want to say no, you may still say yes. But knowing what you truly desire is a powerful tool. By acknowledging to yourself that your true desire is to say no, you are staying in touch with your authentic self. Also, you may find that by thinking about it when they're all out of the room, you decide on some sort of compromise between what they want and what's best for you.